Hey YouTube, what's going on? BD Kane 721. Happy Monday morning to all of you out there. Hope you're having a good start to the week. But I wanted to give a recap of a show I went to this weekend here in Southern California, which is something I'm really excited to always say on my channel when I go to a show because it's been a rarity for the time I've been on YouTube for over the past 10 years. I haven't been to too many shows here in the Southern California region. But the last year or so, I'm really proud to say that people here in the Southern California area have stepped it up, and there's some really good shows happening every month or two. Unfortunately for me, I have to drive because I live in San Diego, and most of them are going to be in the LA Orange County area. But it's I guess a little bit of pain to deal with in order to get to a show that's worth going to. I went to a show in Brea, California this past weekend, put on by a group that I belong to on Instagram. I think it's called the Premier Southern California Showcase or something like that. So, highly recommended if you're in the SoCal area. Go check them out. I think their next one is in April, and I believe it is to benefit the Boys and Girls Club of Westminster. So definitely go check it out if you've not been there. I did get a couple of cards in the mail outside of the show that I thought were cool to show off. This 20, I think it's 2021 Prism Blue. I think it's called the Bubble Refractor. These are numbered to 199. Hard to see it up in the upper right-hand corner, but I have a few others of this card, other parallels, so that's going to go nice into that little run. And then my favorite thing I've gotten recently for Machado is this 2017 Topps Heritage Mini, and this one is numbered to 100, so pretty cool pickup there. Picked that up in a lot with some other things that I'm going to show later on in a video. So that's that. At the show, I picked up a bunch of smaller to mid-sized cards. Went there pretty early and got there right as soon as it opened. Was able to walk around pretty freely for about a half hour, 45 minutes. Looked at some dollar boxes, picked out a bunch of dollar box items. This one table, one dealer had some really big storage boxes full of dollar cards, and that's what you're going to see here for the first part of this little stack. Cards that I just didn't have in my collection for Machado, Tatis, and Trout. This really nice San Diego Pride flag card from this year's Series 1, I think, was $1. Guy was selling it for $1, so I had to pick it up. This one, these two weren't actually $1. These were two rookie cards from Tatis that I didn't have, and when I saw them, I was like, wow, I'd never not seen them before. I knew they existed, but they're from Bowman's Best in 2019. Picked them up for like, I think it was $10 or $12 a piece on those. Back to the dollar boxes, even that 2014 Topps was $1 for Trout. All these cards were all $1, and these are just cards I didn't have in my PC, so thought I'd pick them up for $1. Kind of a no-brainer. Thought I had this one, but I didn't, which was good. And then the other two cards that I picked up at the show that I really liked, and were not a part of a dollar box, these were actually in showcases, was this, one of them was this 2020 Pink Wave Refractor from Update. And I know these cards existed, I just never saw one in person, never opened up any 2020 Topps Update Chrome, I don't think I did. And when I saw it, pretty much had to have it. Pretty cool looking card. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but it's a really cool card. And then my favorite pickup of the show was this museum collection of Mike Trout, numbered to 35, with this really sick little patch here. I'm guessing it's maybe part of something in the maybe Name of Angels or the logo or something on his jersey. Just thought it was really, really cool. And it's number 1 of 35. There's the number there. So got a good deal on it. Had to have it once I saw it, so gonna go right into the Trout collection. And then lastly today, before I sign off, is I wanted to talk about a PSA submission that I'm going to be doing through JT's group over there on Facebook, the Triple Crown 24 and Mike O Facebook group. He has recently been allotted some spots in PSA's, I think it's called the economy service level, and it's a special event from what I understand. I think he was allotted about 20 spots, and he wanted to offer some of those spots to people who have been using his group for grading in the past, and I applied through the group on Facebook. I had to fill out some information, fill out a questionnaire for him, and then he was going to randomly select some spots. Lucky enough for me, I was able to get selected for one of the spots. I think there weren't as many people who submitted for it as he had thought, and maybe that's why I got selected, so I'm not really sure at this point. But I've had a card in my possession that I want to get graded so that I can sell or trade it. And with the National coming up in Atlantic City in the summertime, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to do it. And that's this 2017 Topps Chrome Purple Auto of Aaron Judge. This is a card that I pulled straight from a hobby box back when Topps Chrome came out in 2017. Lucky enough to pull this. He was a pretty hot rookie back then. He still is one of the more popular players these days, especially back on the East Coast. So all the stars are aligning for me to get this card graded and take it with me to National. These are numbered to 250. This is 178 of 250. I think this has got a good shot at a 9. I was looking at it a little bit more closely last night, and I think there might be a couple of issues about it. The centering might be off just a tad. One of the corners, I think it was maybe the bottom right corner. One of these corners is maybe showing a little white, so I'm a little concerned about those two issues on the car. The surface itself is really, really clean. There was maybe a little spot right above his head that I was a little concerned about. So depending on how strict they get on it, I could see this getting knocked down to an 8, unfortunately. I'm hoping it doesn't, but knowing PSA with the way they're grading these days, I could see it happening. But it does pass the eyeball test, which is something that I've learned recently about PSA. They love that term eyeball test. So if it passes the eyeball test, you've got a good shot at getting a really high grade. So wish me luck on that. Going to send that off to JT today. Hope it gets to him on time. And then I should see it within 90 days, according to JT's description of this particular event. So wish me luck on that card, and hopefully that'll get back to me with a good grade. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and I will talk to you guys soon. I've got a couple things coming in, a box opening, and I will be doing a contest for the upcoming season now that baseball's on track to start. Alright guys, take care, have a great Monday. See ya.